So a little bit of a follow-up video here. I was talking on a Rant video about this new hiring from WWE. This Jasper, I think it is. Jasper. I think it was Jasper. Jasper Orton. Just hires him out of nowhere. Alright, so I said I would do some research on this guy. And I did my research. There is no fucking research to really do on this guy. Because he hasn't done anything. So, they hire him. He's 18. You know, there's a little bit of information on him. But just, the only information I could find is where they were signing, like their websites that reported he was signed to WWE. That's the only information I could find. So, apparently he's 18 years old. Alright, so he's 18 years old. That's great, you know. Sign somebody who's fucking, like, barely out of high school. Or maybe he's still in high school, I don't even fucking know. So they sign him, and he also has a torn meniscus. I think it was. Like an injury. I think it was a torn meniscus. So he's injured at the moment. He's got fucking 18 years old. I don't even think he's wrestled in his life. I'm looking him up. I tried looking him up on YouTube. Nothing. Zero on YouTube. Tried looking him up on Google. Same shit. Nothing. The only thing that was on there is websites that reported he was hired by WWE, like Bleacher Report, WrestlingInc.com. Yeah, so there's nothing about him. He hasn't done jack shit in his wrestling career. And then he has a Twitter with like 200 fucking followers only. I have 5,800 and he only has 200 fucking followers. So he obviously has no fan base. He hasn't done anything. And they just hired him. So, and I was reading some of his tweets. And I tweeted to him. Hopefully he saw this. He probably did because he's only got like 200 followers. The only reason you were hired is because of your family legacy. Because of Bob Orton and that fucking boring Randy Orton. And he also, somebody asked him, "Hey Jasper, what's your finisher gonna be?" And he said, "I don't have one yet." That's the fucking, one of the first things you do as a wrestler. You get a good finisher. Or at least a finisher. You get a fucking move. A signature move that's yours. Now I like my finishers to be unique. Something I haven't seen before. And a lot of people in the fucking wrestling world don't have unique finishers. I mean, you look at even CM Punk stole a GTS from, I believe it was Kenta in fucking Japan. Daniel Bryan doesn't even have a unique finisher. That's something I think he lacks. I wish he would have. I know he could do some cool moves. They probably don't let him. Orton stole his finisher from DDP. A lot of guys in WWE have finishers that have been used before. So he doesn't even have a finisher. It's just something you're supposed to, come up with. One of the first things you come up with as a wrestler is your finisher. So this guy has no wrestling experience, to my knowledge, in any independent organizations, in any, not in ROH or anything. I'm not real knowledge on the other wrestling promotions really besides WWE, TNA, and ROH. I think there's like Chikara or something like that, but I haven't found anything on him. So, just, I was thinking, people like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, I think Cesaro's been in the indies for quite a while too, before he came to WWE, but especially Punk and Bryan. Those guys worked their asses off. They've been in the indies for since probably 2000, so they were in the indies for like 10 years. CM Punk, I don't know how long he was in, but he came to WWE in 06. Bryan, I think, was in the indies for a longer period. So they were in the indies probably for like a decade. Worked their asses off. And then they had to work even harder to get on top in WWE. And now they're finally on top because they're good wrestlers. They worked. They got there the right way, the way you're supposed to get to the top. Not by politicalness, not by the bodybuilder mentality, not by, ass kissing, blah, a bunch of shit. Not because Vince McMahon's obsessed with you. They got there because the fans like them. Yeah. Something that actually makes sense. Put somebody in WWE that the fans actually like. But all they are is jobbers now. So it doesn't really make, it's not really a huge deal anymore. I bet this Jasper Orton guy is going to be the face of the company in 10 years. It's just going to be just like Orton. I could wrestle like half the moves Orton does. A DDT, I could do that move. I could. It's easy to fake. That's why I hate DDTs. They're so easy to fake. Maybe I couldn't do the RKO, but I could fucking fake punch a guy if I could probably learn from a wrestler how to fake punch in 10 minutes. I could probably learn, I know how to kick somebody fake, it's not that hard. You just really kick them, and you don't kick them with the point of your boot, you kick them with the side, so it doesn't, hurt as much. It's not that hard to do the moves Orton does. Again, I could do them pretty much. I could probably wrestle just as good as Randy Orton. So, and you get guys like, Randy Orton, who just get to the top of the company because he got his tryout in FCW or whatever, OVW, I think it was. No indie work, just like this Jasper guy. No indie work at all. Just gets put in the fucking company because of, I don't think he had any indie work, but he gets put in the company just because of his dad, Bob Orton. So, just another more the politicalness here. No talent probably from this Jasper guy. Probably on steroids since he's injured. So, yeah, there you go. And I get people saying, see people on Twitter saying, "Oh, Jasper, I think you're gonna be something special." How do you fucking know that already? You haven't even seen him wrestle. And then they're probably like, "Oh, I've seen him wrestle." Obviously you haven't, because there's no videos of him on YouTube. There's no things on him on Google. Nothing on him, and they just sign him out of the blue. The top wrestling organization. This would just be like taking somebody. If you're the MLB, if you're the Boston Red Sox, you get somebody who's in high school. He's an average player, not anything special. And they just sign him like that. Just sign him to their single A team, just like that. This is the equivalent of that. No talent probably from this Jasper guy. Fucking sucks. This whole situation, this whole politicalness. Somebody who's worked their ass off, who's a good wrestler, like CM Punk or Daniel Bryan, gets to WWE the right way. Probably should have been there sooner, Daniel Bryan, but he gets there the right way. But this Jasper guy, just because he knows Orton, just because he's related to Randy Orton, he could suck. You don't even know. He gets put on the roster. Probably does a lot of rest holds. That's probably why they signed him. They love rest holds in this company. I don't know why. It's probably because it's a safe move. It's smart wrestling. It's shitty wrestling as well. It's not even smart. If you're trying to get less viewers, it's smart. But I'm pretty sure that they don't want that. What's smart wrestling? Daniel Bryan style of wrestling. Fast-paced, hard-impact moves that actually look real. Not any rest holds. Not any stupid moves. Mostly all good moves from Daniel Bryan. A guy who could actually wrestle. So, there you go. Jasper Orton. Fucking piece of shit. Probably. He's already hurt. He's probably injury prone. Probably sucks, just like Orton. So, yeah, there you go. Fuck Jasper, or whatever, Jasper Orton. There you go, people.